Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Where's Yubnub? Oh well, he probably knew he wasn't missing anything because we're talking once again about Brian Wood's Star Wars comic book series, the groundbreaking series by Dark Horse, started in 2013. This is like the, rebooted title called Star Wars, even though there have been two other comic books previously published. Not even the title for a comic book series is original here. Nothing he does is original. But we're talking about issues 7 through 12 today. And this is called The Ruins of Alderaan. That's what the story arc is called. Now in this series, basically, Leia has a plan, a plot. She's going to let the Empire capture Luke and Wedge. Yes, her two best pilots, or best heroes of the Empire. And that way, they can infiltrate the Empire from the inside and find out how the Imperials are able to track the rebels. Now, let's think about this for a minute. Just for a minute here. How does this make sense? How does it make sense? They've been looking for Luke. If you look at any other EU content, Luke has been trying to avoid the clutches of Vader. You look at the movies too, right? Vader wants Luke, and the rebels are like, no, you can't have him. So in this comic book series, Brian Wood thinks it makes perfect sense for Leia to go, you know what? The only way to spy on the Empire is for y'all to get captured and spy on the inside, because they're on MacGyver, right? They'll obviously get out in time. It makes no sense whatsoever. So besides that stupid story arc, I have one even better for you. Let's pull up that cover for issue 9. Now, I don't really talk about comic book covers that much, but look at that. That is awful. Her face is way too bigger than the rest of her body. Now, if you want to know what Han Solo's doing, well, he and Chewie are fighting Boba Fett again, because hey, why not, right? A total disaster. It's like Brian Wood was trying to keep up your interest and say, oh, what can I have Han do? I know, I'll have him fight Boba Fett again. Fans love that. Fans love Boba Fett. They'll love that. It's just such a stretch. And it's so, again, unoriginal. Every idea, unoriginal in this series. Nothing. I was being bored at this point by picking up the series and going, yeah, we've seen this. Yeah, it's been done. Oh, I'm going to spoil. Should I even put up spoilers here? I'm not. It's just such a bad story arc that spoiling it is going to just save you time. You're going to thank me for this. The stupidest thing about it is there's this Imperial colonel who turns out, for no apparent reason, to be a rebel spy. And even Princess Leia and Luke and Han are like, wait, what? And the reader's like, what? And it's like, I don't know. It was like he was trying to twist something around, but then you're like, what was the whole purpose of this? And how did Leia not know there was a spy? Now, they explained something, but it was like, well, then what was the purpose of Stealth Squadron anyway? Wasn't it to, I don't know, anyway, wasn't it to root out spies or something? The whole thing was just garbage, and that's when I realized that this series, in my mind, was just going to die. I was like, wow, this is just awful. I mean, I gave, after the first story arc, you always want to give it a second shot, because some story arcs, the first part of that story arc is never, when a comic book ongoing series comes out, you got to give it time, right, to let the characters grow. Like a Dawn of the Jedi comic book, the first couple issues, like and then toward the end I was like interested in where it would go. Now, it never achieved greatness in my opinion, but at the same time I was thinking, okay, well, maybe Star Wars is just like this. Starts off a little slow, and then Brian Wood's going to catch on and get better ideas rather than rehash original ones. But that day never came. It never came at all. Because you know what? He doesn't have an original idea. And this shows right in this. I mean, there's nothing. I know I keep harping on him, but flashy covers and good art will only sell you so far. I mean, you look at Spawn, I'm totally into comic books right now, it's veering off subject here, but Spawn, it was interesting when Todd McFarlane was interested in writing for Spawn. After a while, he left Spawn, Greg Capullo did some great art, but the story was not there, and it drug on, and people were just, ugh. I mean, if you tried to read Spawn issues, you know, I can't remember, maybe from issue 40, maybe issue 50, but I think it started before that in my opinion. But we'll say issue 50 to issue 100, it is awful. It's awful. It's slogging through a mud swamp. It's terrible. It's so incredibly slow and so incredibly boring. And the artwork looks great. But artwork can only save you for so much. And Brian Wood needed more than great artwork to make this series happen. Now, I'm not finished bashing the series. I've still got a few issues to go, but you're going to have to wait till next time for another video.